Reviews for Marvel Studios' The Marvels are officially coming in. I covered some of the initial early impressions, and now let's actually look at what some of the reviews are saying in terms of the quality without, of course, going into it, in depth, review by review. Let's just look at a broad picture. So this is an interesting one where we're seeing reviews come in that are painting a somewhat interesting picture in regards to the negative aspects of it and then the positive aspects of it. I'm definitely sensing that this is going to be one of those films that, once again, it takes it to both directions and you get something in the middle that nobody can agree on. I'm definitely seeing a little bit of a split here. Again, yes, there is an amount of this is woke, but here's what we also like and don't like about it. Okay, cool. At least we're getting a, picture of what they like about it instead of just saying, I don't like it because woke. Well, okay, what constitutes for that? Because we know that word now is, it gets applied to everything, even when it doesn't make sense anymore. And I'm not necessarily saying that these big reviewers, like a Variety, saying, oh, it's woke. That's not what I'm saying. They're not using that word. But some of the other reviewers out there that are obviously contributing to the, Rotten Tomatoes and all that, yeah, some of them use it because they're Joe Schmo on YouTube or whoever, right? But now that we get past that, on the other side, we're seeing, it's fun. Oh my God, Ms. Marvel is stunning and probably the highlight of the film. I'm actually seeing that in a lot of reviews. Even some of the people that are like, the movie's all right. I'm not sure if I really like it. I think it's just all right. It's not one of the better MCU films. Even in those reviews, they're like, but Ms. Marvel, man, Ms. Marvel is outstanding here. The one thing I've noticed is that nobody's really complaining about the runtime. Even if it's good or bad, they're all like, you know what, the runtime here works for it. Because I'm seeing a few that are saying, the story's a mess, but the runtime might be at fault, while others are saying, it's good. The story, though, you gotta really pay attention, and I hope you know what's going on, and also the villain, what? So, yeah, again, the polar opposites are kind of showing up here, but sort of agreeing upon things. It seems to be a fan of these types of things versus the non-fans or the more casuals now that I'm seeing that are maybe clashing with these reviews. Kind of like what we saw with some of the other comic book films in the last couple years where, some people are looking at it going, I don't know what's going on anymore. You're going over my head. And other people are going, yeah, it's a comic book movie. What did you expect? I'm kind of getting that difference here. Now, going off of some of the better known outlets that I'm seeing here, there's a lot of people that are just saying it's actually very fun. It's charming. It's not necessarily great, but you're going to have a good time watching it. That still isn't necessarily a full-on endorsement, but at least it's not saying, it's miserable and you're going to hate it. At least it's fun. You might not like it, but at least you're going to have some fun watching it. Quite a few of the outlets that honestly were, I guess, lukewarm on the first one are saying that this is definitely a step up and that it's better. And, there are a couple that are like, it's marvelous, it's amazing, spectacular. They're just trying to toss comic book words in there, or at least that's what I'm assuming. That's what it seems like. But the consensus to me is this is probably going to be like, maybe a 5 or a 6 when it's all said and done. I mean, we'll talk about that when the official, scores are out there and everything across the board. But so far I've seen 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 10, a 6, a 7, and an 8 out of 10. So it's going to be an interesting one for sure. I'm expecting a polarizing film just by looking at this.